This is why I'm hot. 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 This is why I'm hot.
We have a look at a room full of sauce.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh wow. Check this out. Look at all these sauces. This is amazing. Just check over here. There we are. All these sauces. Amazing. Talking of which, Stuart, there's one just by your shoulder there. Just down there a second. Here we go. This is an interesting one. 357 Pure Ghost from Mad Dog. Well, what's the crack with this one then? Because I know they brought out another one, a ghost one earlier. So what's the deal with this one then compared to that one?
Well, that one's from David Ashley, who's one of the innovators of the chili pepper movement.
Right.
A bit like Dave and Blair.
Okay.
Death, Sauce and Insanity. And basically, in a similar way to those guys, he's had his own brand for a long time. He's also made up little sort of sub-brands.
Okay.
And one of the most successful was the 357 series.
Yeah,
so
we
you're
all know
probably
about those.
familiar with that type of
oh god, yeah.
beastly thing, and then
definitely.
the collector's edition.
Yeah,
so
with the old little
millions
bullet with the spoon and everything.
one,
Yeah, I
yeah.
remember.
So I mean, basically, what we call the Naga over here, in America they call it the ghost pepper.
Ah, so there you go, people. Ghost pepper, Naga, same thing.
I mean, that's just terminology. It's known by many other names, as you know as well.
Definitely.
But over here we've adopted the Naga because it seems more traditional as
Yeah,
well.
totally.
And that is basically David's latest kind of release of a super hot, but all natural Naga chili sauce in
So
his
there's
357.
no extract in
I
this
don't
one?
think there's any extract in there at all. No, there isn't.
No. Oh right, okay.
No.
So his earlier release of the ghost pepper sauce had extract.
I think
in.
that had some extract
Similar to
in
the
it.
Dave's one. Yeah, I remember now.
Yeah. But it's
Right.
it's like a lot of David Ashley's sauces. It's got a good amount of flavour as well as heat.
Right.
David likes to put quite a lot of molasses in the original Mad Dog,
Okay.
which gives it that sweetness. And you know, some of his less fiery sauces as well, like liquid fire, sort of sauce you can splash on everything.
Oh, okay.
Has this incredibly intense heat, the flavour, sorry, incredibly intense flavour, but the heat tends to come further on with these super hot sauces.
Yeah.
But yeah, you can kind of taste the base of the Mad Dog sauce in a lot of his products because it's a tried and tested recipe, but everyone's a little bit different.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Exactly. Did you want to take that with you?
Oh, that sounds like a plan actually. Let's put that in my pocket and move on with the next.
Okay.
I noticed some Blair stuff over here. We got this Golden Death, I believe. Is that one of his newest ones?
Yeah, that's the very latest release from Blair. So you're familiar with Death Sauce, After Death,
Yeah,
Sudden Death,
definitely.
Ultra Death, Mega Death, and as it goes on and on and on. Well, the last release was Pure Death, which was basically his version. There it is, there, exactly, snazzy box.
Pure Death in orange.
That was his version of. He's put on there interestingly with Jolokia.
Right.
Now, most of the Americans call it Ghost, as we just discussed, but yeah, so that's got a little bit of Naga in it. This one is more of a kind of Caribbean style sauce, and you can really taste the mustard in it.
Oh, okay.
It's not that hot. It's similar to your Pure Death in as much as you just splash it on everything because it tastes so good. But it's not for real serious hotheads who want to feel the burn all the time, but it's hot enough to keep you interested.
Oh, fantastic. That sounds like a good one I want to taste, actually.
Yeah, we'll taste that one later on.
Alright then, cool.
Yeah.
Excellent. That sounds good. And while we're here, just on the subject of Blair's stuff, we've got to discuss his new packaging. Here it is. And what's the story here then? I guess he's just gone for something a little bit more along the death theme.
Yeah, I think with anything to do with hot sauce, because they're so vibrant and so snazzily packaged most of the time, everybody's vying for shelf space.
Yeah.
And anything that catches the eye is going to, you know, make sure that people pay attention to the product and then hopefully take it home and try it. So normally the contents with most Blair's products do live up to the packaging.
Fair enough.
And in fact, it was just telling me that his Ultra Death.
Yep.
You're familiar with the 2020, which he did for his 20th anniversary, so it's 20% hotter.
Right.
Well, he's telling me that this is actually way hotter again. So the new Ultra Death in the box.
So that's like a new recipe Ultra Death,
Exactly.
which is just ramped up the heat massive amounts.
You might
Blair's
want to
always
try
been
that
it's gone. I think I'll put me in hospital.
Yeah.
But I must admit, Blair's always been sort of trying to get as high as possible without killing people. which is always good. I understand there's a few more sauces around here.
Yeah, if you want to come through this way.
Lead the way, fella.
And we've got a whole warehouse full of stuff.
Yeah, so we can see,
We've got all sorts of different varieties of
well, the boo-boos. Now I know from talking to you at previous events, this is one of your favourite sauces, and you, no matter where you are, I believe you always take some of this with you to sell to the public, because obviously, you know, you like this one so much. So what is it about this you like so much?
I think it was one of the very first chili sauces that I tasted that made me realise how different sauces could taste from one another. So, like, the varieties of chili were obviously different. You know, you could taste the difference between a habanero and a jalapeno and a chipotle. But with this one, you got a real good habanero kick with it. And I found out later there's also Japanese chilies in it.
Right.
But there's a very, very rare African spice, which I'm not going to tell you the name of.
Okay.
Because I met Bruce years ago, and he is actually the original tambourine man. He's a session musician, used to play with Bob Dylan and Lena Horne,
Oh, right.
Hugh Masekela.
Okay.
When he was travelling in Africa, he found a recipe for hot sauce and started making it at home. And then his doctor told him that he had a blood pressure problem and he needed to cut out sodium. So his big deal was that he would make that without any salt. So it's a totally salt-free sauce.
Oh, okay.
And that's just coming into vogue now over here, salt-free stuff.
Yeah, well, everything's going that sort of way, isn't it? More healthy and whatnot, so less salt, more sort of natural products in it.
But why I like it still is I just don't think you can find anything else on the market that tastes similar to it. It's got such a unique flavour. It's quite garlicky, but underneath, the base flavour is just tremendous. It goes with eggs, meats, vegetables, put it in soups and stews.
Good stuff.
Amazing.
And do you have any of this upstairs open?
Oh yeah, definitely. I've always got a bottle open.
Good
stuff. Come and
stuff.
try that one as well.
I'll have to give that one a try as well.
Okay.
No way. The sauce! I don't know how many people have actually heard of this one before, but it's kind of legendary in the hot sauce world. And I mean, don't get me wrong, you can buy it in a few places, but it's like 80 quid a bottle, isn't it?
Yeah, I've seen it on websites for that and more. You can get a stripped down version of it with just the sauce inside, you know, without the packaging in the box. But that's quite a funky little package there. It's
beautiful, like a proper Lord of the Rings style sort of thing, isn't it?
There's a big booklet inside with a huge write-up on the product.
Oh, wow.
Basically, I'm guessing probably about 6 or 7 years ago, I started hearing about and getting asked about the sauce.
Yeah.
And of course, that in itself led to lots of confusion. The sauce. We've got loads of sauce. Which one do you mean? And then I tracked it back to a manufacturer in the States who had a huge brand called Pain is Good. And I'd met them at shows and I knew their product line very well, but I didn't know anything about this product. And basically, they were the first, I think, to get hold of some really, really intense concentrated pure cap, which they had tested at 7.1 million. But bear in mind, this is going back 6-7 years ago.
Yeah, I've tried 6.4, but 7.1.
Well, I couldn't get hold of the stuff for ages.
Right.
But now I've managed to get hold of a good few cases of that one, so it's up on the website.
And out of curiosity, because obviously I know a lot of the sites sell this stuff for like 80 quid a pop. Even for the stripped down version, it goes for quite a lot of money. Out of curiosity, how much do you do this for on the Hot-Headz website? I
think we're selling it a good £20 less than that, off the top of my head. It'd be
really?
$49.99 or something like that. I don't want to lie to you, but I think it's a good deal cheaper on our site.
Well, in my mind personally, and obviously this is me, Darth Naga talking, I think that's a bargain for that, especially considering how much it costs elsewhere. And this is quite a unique one, so you'd be hard pushed to find that in a lot of places now. And as it becomes more popular, these things tend to sell out more. So I'll tell you what, grab that one while you can, people. But enough about hot sauces and stuff. Apparently, there's a fabled room right here at Hot-Headz HQ. You haven't told me what's in it yet.
Oh, the hot room.
The hot room?
Well, it's basically where I keep my collection, which I reckon, without a doubt, is the biggest collection in the UK.
Okay.
And possibly in Europe. So,
right.
if you want to come and have a look, let's go
yeah,
check
that's what it's all about. Lead the way.
Hey, we'll go back on up the stairs.
Okay. Here it is.
Okay.
Here it is.
The fabled
hot sauce.